listening to Baba's Avyak Murli in the morning, just after Amrit Vela. So welcome everyone. Today we are going to continue with the Murli that was started yesterday, which was originally spoken on the 16th of January, 1980, with the topic being the Sabha of the Almighty Authority Rajyogis and the lok Pasand Sabha, the gathering of those loved by people. So yesterday's Murli Baba gave a beautiful distinction. It was like a distinction between the temporary government and the Rajyogi, the spiritual government. Baba started off saying that one is the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha, and the one other in the spiritual government, you have the Rajyogi Sabha and you have the lok Pasand Sabha. And then how in the temporary government, you have limited law and order, where ideas are for the benefit of the country, but they are also mixed with a lot of selfish motives, which become manpasand, which means that there are these desires of the mind. But when it comes to this godly government, the law and order is imperishable and the ideas are for world benefit. And because these ideas are for world benefit for others, it is loved by people and it is also loved by Baba. Baba used these beautiful words, lok Pasand and Prabhu Pasand. And so Baba gave a very good checking to do, that check if the thought you create would be liked by Baba or not. Before we even put anything in words or actions, first when we just check it at the thought level, would this be something Baba would like, or would this be something Brahma Baba would do? So then this becomes a very good checking for us to do within. And Baba said that if you are liked by God, if you're liked by Baba, then definitely you will even be liked by people, because your thoughts then are very pure. Your vibrations, the service you do has very high purity and definitely touches the heart of others, and it leaves an impact. So Baba said a beautiful point in yesterday's Murli. He mentioned about how, and it is a point of intoxication. Baba had said that Baba has selected you and accepted you. So we have become qualified to be a part of this godly government. But now, how well are we performing our responsibilities now that we have become a part of this godly government? So in this yesterday's Murli, Baba beautifully gave this distinction. And today, Baba continues to talk about it by discussing with a group of officers. So these are government officers Baba talks to. And Baba tells them that the basis of success. So for all of us, the basis of success is really to have these two powers in us. One is the judgment power, and the other is the controlling power. And when it comes to judgment power, it's really how can we be in such a state where we are able to understand the needs of others and serve them accordingly. Because many times we serve others with a lot of words, but they don't need words, they need vibrations. So how quickly can we understand the needs of others and then serve them accordingly in order to make them content? And the other power that Baba talks about is controlling power. And controlling, and usually if you see, Baba always uses the word controlling power with another power, which is ruling power. So controlling means control over the self, your mind, intellect, control over the senses and the body and our own emotions. Because when we are with people, naturally there can be difference of opinions, there can be difference in scars. So how much can we not get influenced by all of that and still be stable with it? And then, of course, when there is that controlling power, then what comes with it is also a ruling power, which means that we become into a position where we can help others by being strongly connected to Baba. So Baba emphasizes on these two powers today. And Baba also mentions that when we are doing our Lokik service, and that becomes a beautiful platform for us to do godly service, because when we do Lokik job, that too is service, because we come in contact with a variety of souls, and in various means we can touch them and serve them. So Baba highlights that too in today's Murli. So let's see what Baba says. Meeting a group of officers, the basis of success is judgment power and controlling power. Officers can always be successful in their tasks when they have the specialities of judgment power and controlling power. And so for those officers in the government, they need to control a lot of souls or people who are underneath them. And they also have to make really big decisions which impact a lot of people. So they need the specialities of judgment power and controlling power. When officers have these two powers, they can be constantly successful in controlling those below them and be successful in their task. So Baba says, and there is that controlling power is there, then whoever is under them, they can be in charge, guide them well. So Baba says controlling those below them, and that leads to success in the task. Those officers are of that government, and what Baba refers to is the temporary government. And you are the officers for the many souls in the office of the godly task of the Pandava government. So this is the godly government, the Pandava government. And we are also responsible for taking care of many souls, the souls of the world. So that is a limited office, and this is an unlimited office. Just as there are officers in the different departments of that government. So we see there are so many departments within the government too. So here also Baba says you're officers of the Pandava government for the task of world benefit. You have just been told the qualifications of an officer. They are controlling power and judgment power. So Baba said the basis of success is these two powers, and these are what should be in an officer. The qualifications should be there. We should be having these two powers. In this godly task too, only those who have these two powers can become embodiments of success. When any soul comes in contact with you, you should be able to judge what that soul needs, to discern the needs of the soul. So first, Baba spoke about control. So Baba was mentioning about controlling power. Yeah, Baba mentions about the power to judge from a spiritual point of view, that we should be able to know the needs of the others, to discern the needs. According to that need, you need to be able to make that soul content. And so, like it was said earlier, someone might just want vibrations. They're not in a capacity to hear anything. And if we keep on just telling them words, it may not be able to satisfy or make them content. But what they need is vibrations. And if we provide that, then the soul becomes content. So being able to really discern the need of every soul. With your own controlling power in service, you become instruments to serve others. So with our own controlling power, when we control our own self, so when you serve others, because you have the controlling power to be able to control yourself. So to control my own mind and intellect, my own emotions. So you make an impact on others with your unshakable stage. So even the ability to put a full stop, to not let any waste, expansion of waste happen, right? So that's controlling power. And Baba says with that, you make an impact of it on others with your unshakable stage. Just as those officers have their own qualifications, you too need this qualification here. So Baba says, just as they need it, the government officers need it. Here too, the godly government officers who are us Baba's children, we too need these powers. If that government is pleased with someone, they make him a governor. However, here when you become a server in the service of benefiting the world, you become a ruler of the world. And so Baba said, in the temporary government, you do well, you get a higher position. Maybe you become a governor. But here Baba says you will receive the highest position. That means you'll become a ruler of the world, the ruler of the globe now in heaven. So by constantly keeping these two powers within you, you will always be successful. You are very good officers of the Pandava government, are you not? You are running the office of world benefit very well, are you not? So Baba is asking, check yourself. Are you a good officer? Which means, are these powers in you working well? And are you running the world office of the office of world benefit very well? The officers have many chances, or you officers have many chances to serve because many souls come in contact with you. And so Baba is saying, many souls come in contact with us, and that becomes an opportunity for us to serve them. The more I can connect with others, then the more I can definitely serve. So to bring the souls that come with you into contact with God is also a chance. And this is why Baba also uses the word chancellor. To become a chancellor means to use these opportunities to make the soul to enable yourself to be available to serve souls by meeting them, connecting with them, and then bringing them close to Baba. So how many souls do you bring into contact with the Pandava government? When you bring them into contact so that they can experience peace, even once, they will constantly sing your praise. Many times it happens, you just get someone to the center and they have a beautiful experience and they leave with that experience and they always remember you for that. So Baba says, even if they get a little bit of peace, like Baba said, even once they experience peace, they will constantly sing your praise and they will remember that moment. Now open an office to increase subjects. So as an officer, Baba is saying, find more opportunities and ways where we can serve. Just as you look after that office, similarly, look after this office. You have special power in your experiences And when many hear about them, they will have special experiences. And so Baba talked about the judgment power and controlling power. And now Baba talks about another power, which is the power of our experiences, which Baba says is a special power. And Baba says, use your experiences, share it with others. When we experience something, we share, we enable others to also experience it. So you have special power in your experiences. And when many hear about them, they will have special experiences. So any experience always comes from the heart, which is why it's very special, because anything that comes from the heart, it touches the heart of others. So when it's coming straight from something you felt personally and coming straight from the heart, it definitely makes an impact. So nowadays, there is a lot of speaking and relating, but not that much experiencing. And so Baba's saying there is a lot of speaking, but in that, we also have to enable souls to get an experience. And that could only be happening if we too are having that experience. So everyone wants to experience something. So we talk about peace, we talk about Baba, but they want to experience it. So everyone wants to experience something. You are able to make others experience something to the extent that you are experienced yourself. And we know that if we come in front of somebody who has so much love for Baba, so much love, you can immediately sense it and feel it so deeply within. So because that soul is having that experience and it just so easily passes on to us. So you are able to make others experience something to the extent that you are experienced yourself. All of you officers are easy yogis, are you not? Easy, which in Hindi is Sahaj. So Sahaj Yogi, and Baba always refers to as Sahaj with the word Sahayog. So when there is Sahayog, there's cooperation. With that cooperation, there's also easiness that comes in. So all of you officers are easy yogis, are you not? Or are you sometimes easy yogis and sometimes yogis who find everything difficult? And so Baba is asking, how is our stage? Are we always easy, or there's that fluctuation that happens? The ones who are always easy yogis are constant yogis. So Nirantar. So what Baba is saying, you have to be an easy yogi. Means easiness within sanskars, and even while interacting with others, easiness in nature. So Baba says those who are easy yogis are constant yogis. You are such easy yogis, are you not? Do all of you constantly remain busy in the service of making yourselves free, independent, and also making many other souls free from their many bondages? So Baba's asking, are we remaining constantly busy in making ourselves free from vices, free from our karmic bondages? So are we making that self-effort? And are we also making that effort to serve other souls and make them free? The lokic work of all of you is to free anyone who is trapped anywhere. Since Baba is talking to government officers, so one of the big duties of government officers is to make sure everything is as per law and order. And if somebody is, for example, troubling someone else, then it's their responsibility to free them. So here Baba says the Lokik world of all of you is to be free, is to free anyone who is trapped anywhere. Does this whole group compromise those who are going to free anyone? There you free those who have become trapped in terms of that government, or when someone does something bad under the influence of vice, you either free that person or you confine them, right? When someone does something against the law, they're either put in prison or they're not. So the government, the officials, they have to make that decision. So sometimes it is the truth and sometimes it is lies. Here in this spiritual task, you are those who constantly make every soul free. So for government officials, sometimes they could make someone free. Sometimes they could make them trapped, right? But here Baba says, we are constantly those who make every soul free, free from the influence of body consciousness vices, free from karmic bondages. So how many souls have you made free? And how can we make them free? We can make them free by giving knowledge, by giving vibration, so that even if they cannot connect to Baba with the vibrations we send them, they can experience peace and they can experience what it is like to feel those virtues within. So Baba's asking, how many have you made free? So we have to keep giving Baba's message through thoughts, through words, through our deeds. So today is the day to see the result. How many have you made free? You do that service in the name for the sake of godly service. Otherwise, why would the Pandavas give their time to serve them? So those who are serving in the temporary government, Baba is saying that you're doing that for doing Baba service. Otherwise, why would you give the time to serve them? It is in order to take advantage of this service that you become incognito service and do service. So in a government, or temporary government, which is the government of the country, Baba says you become officers, but you do incognito spiritual service there. It is remembered that the Pandavas went on service incognito. They did not go to fill water or to massage anyone's feet, but they went as servers in an incognito dress in order to change the kingdom. So Baba is giving an example of Mahabharata, where the Pandavas, when they were in exile, they went to a different kingdom and they were incognito there. So Baba said, similarly, you have gone into in an incognito way to transform the kingdom of the world. So we do whatever job we do, we go there, Baba says, but we are incognito servers. We're doing godly service there. So are you constantly engaged in this task? Lokik service means service to increase your connections. So it is a platform through which we can reach, interact with more souls, and to increase connections. By keeping this aim, you will remain constantly engaged in achieving that qualification, which is why Baba says, don't think of anything as work or some duty that I have to do. Think of everything as service, and then it will become service. because everything starts with the mind. We start with the pure thought of this being service, and then it turns out to become that. You touch souls, you interact with them, you make an impact. So by keeping this aim, you will remain constantly engaged in achieving that qualification. Now, every wing should increase the number of their equals, because those from every wing will definitely complain to their wing that your colleagues need to be told about this. So Baba says that every wing should take up this responsibility of increasing connections, interacting with more souls. So Baba says that will definitely, that should increase the number of your equals. Continue to take a chance to do double service. Bring into connection with Baba all of those souls who come into contact with you. Give your cooperation through your Lokik work and through godly service. Show them the path to peace and happiness. So through the Lokik work, Baba says, do godly service and show them the path to happiness and peace. Everyone will then see each of you as a great charitable soul. Cha. And that's the end of this Murli. So we'll pause here for 1 minute, and then we can continue further with our journeys. So Baba in today's Murli beautifully spoke about the powers that we need to have in order to be godly officers in this godly government. And also how Baba said we have to be incognito servers. Wherever we are, in an incognito way, we can do service, godly service. So would anybody like to share some of the points they liked from the Murli? So I see something show up in the chat about the powers, into how we need to discern and even control. That's a beautiful point. Anybody else would like to share? Shanti.
So, Papa says, we are the Pandava governments, so we should be making others or giving others the experience. Something, so that is one differentiator that we have compared to others, where there are many organizations, people who can give a lot of talk about many aspects. And they will share so many things, but here we will be able to give them that experience. So when they're experienced, right, they feel good. When they feel good, they feel they want more. Yeah.
Yes, Baba mentioned about the special
Yeah,
power.
so yeah, the important thing is when we ourselves experienced first, right? That's when we'll be able to make others experience.
Right, absolutely.
So Baba would like to see us becoming easy yogis first. And then yeah, open many office and increase the subjects. Yeah, thank you.
Easy
Om
yogis are, yes, and the easy yogis are the one who Baba said are constant yogis. So thank you.
Om Shanti, sister.
Shanti.
You know, I don't know whether you're aware, because I don't know from where are you, but every time I always link the Murlis to what I call it as sometimes present day realities. And you know, in India, today is the day of the result. Today is the day of what government or what is there. And Baba also from yesterday has been speaking about the lok Sabha, the Rajya Sabha. I was just thinking, is it a coincidence, Baba, or do you want us to take this whole process in the way you have mentioned in the Murli? Something very interesting. But today, when I have often only heard of two things for a Chakravarti Raja, it's only controlling power and ruling power, and that's deeply immersed over there. So, and I also saw, as I've put in the chat box, what he means by controlling power, because any leader, he knows that only if the team is in order, the team is in control, then he can be looked after. And only that is controlling, and only when he is able to understand the team can he take accurate decisions. This we have already seen. But the third thing which Baba mentioned, which also comes for me to present day realities, you have like, you know, the manifestos have been given, promises have been made, guarantees have been made. You have been already become the government. Now it's your time to fulfill, because people want action. People just don't want lip service. People want experiences. So here also Baba is saying, now if you really want to, as a Pandav government, if you want to bring these souls, so we are officers of the Pandav government, if I have to bring these souls into contact with Baba, I have to first show them, see me. So that experience power, that Anubhav Murat is what we need. I think that really struck me with realities. But the second thing which Baba was saying, I was trying to think about it, was, of course, at the end, Baba speaks about two things. What is a Punyatma? He's saying Punyatma is equal to connection and cooperation. But what is this free? As a government officer, Baba is speaking that you free them, trap them, or you put them in jail, that is, you punish them. I couldn't connect the analogy at all. So I was trying to go through that paragraph, freeing. What bondage is like when I am elected or selected as an officer, either in my Lokik duty, or you can say even in the Pandav government, can you specify the job specification of freeing? What is that as an officer can, that independent? If suppose some churning on that?
Yeah, sure. That's a good question. But before I share this, anyone from the group want to share anything based on what Sister Girija has asked, based on your understanding? It will be nice to hear the sharings of some others too on this point. So the question is really on freeing others, and what ways can we free others? Just like the worldly government can do that, in what way can the godly government do it? Okay, so well, from my understanding, we can show others the method of freeing themselves from the burdens that they have. So we all have taken births. We all have been in that phase of being body conscious. We have those burdens on us, like Baba mentioned, karmic accounts, and then also the influence of the vices. So when Baba's talking about freedom, it's really to free the soul by giving them the message of Baba, by enabling them to connect with Baba so that they can really free themselves from that influence. So when we share knowledge with anyone, if we are deeply connected with Baba, and then this again comes back to the point of experiencing, when I am experiencing Baba's love tremendously, and when I share that with others, or maybe if I'm just in someone's presence, when they receive that vibrations, and we've seen many times when others are taking drishti, there are tears that come out of the eyes of others. That means they have experienced something special, deep peace or deep love, which is why the tears start to flow. And this is coming because you're experiencing it. So what Baba is saying is, when you yourself become free from the influence of vices, from your own karmic sets, the burdens, when you are free, then the experience of freedom that you have because you're so powerfully connected with Baba will enable them to also experience that freedom. It may be for a few seconds, they will experience deep peace for a few seconds, but that at least for those few seconds, they've experienced something very strong. And then, of course, with their own effort, they can make themselves free. But the souls get a taste of what true freedom really is when a soul really goes beyond the pull of this body and bodily related influences. So that experience enables them to have an experience, and then if they make their own effort, they can also reach that stage where they can be free from it. So that freedom Baba wants us to give them that deep peace, that experience, so that they can get it for themselves, and which may then could enable them to move forward. So that was my understanding, but if anybody wants to add, feel free to do so.
Sisters, here, as I told you, I understood the godly task freedom. That's so clear. We know they are all they're trapped in bodies, trapped in name, trapped in fame, trapped in that. That's beautiful. Baba has very clearly outlined what freedom of bondage should a Pandav government do. Because according to me, and see, he has used the word everywhere along with your lokic duty. So if you see the word free for a government is only when for the first time it is freed from the shackles of a colonial kind of catch. So that time we'll say, see, we have freed you from slavery. That freedom when people, when really they become independent, that's the word Baba has used. They become independent, and then they also become a sovereign country and all. I understood that part, but today, and Baba's taking today's analogy, I mean the present day realities. So that's what it kept me thinking. I don't think anyone can free the population like a Pandav government. Only we can free them. No one, maybe Baba is trying to bring us that harsh reality. Whatever manifesto, whatever these people say, only the Supreme Commander, when he comes, can he free all his children from this. Maybe I think I should take it that, because I was just trying to connect. Thank you, sister.
Yeah, sure. When it comes to the the temporary government or the worldly government, they have the authority to free someone even though they have committed a crime, which we see that happen, right? Even if someone's committed a crime, they can be given that freedom to walk freely on the streets. Or even if someone's innocent, they can be trapped and put behind bars. So because of that authority, they can make that decision. But Baba says for us, it's to make the souls free. So that was Papa was talking about. Anyone else?
One reflection on this would be that while the sharing was going on was, it's not about we freeing anybody. It's just giving the base, the foundation of what we have learned from Baba, probably been an instrument to sustain them. And it's going to be each soul's own journey to move forward. So maybe that's one reflection on what Baba is talking about in today's Murli, to free others. Yes, we may not be able to free them 100% because a lot of us are trapped in things that you mentioned, sister, on body consciousness or not knowing what's happening around. But once we get the knowledge, or once the knowledge has been come, it's each soul's own path to pick it up and move forward from there. So we can just be an instrument. That's one reflection, to support.
Right, exactly. Yes. And when Baba spoke about the judgment power, where we're supposed to discern the needs of others, there are sometimes souls that come to do the course, but you see they are so full of their own emotions that when they come, they all that they will do will just cry because they have so much within them. They're holding on to so many things within them. And then that time, what we do is we just sit with them in meditation. We do a little commentary, or we just play music, but we just sit in silence with them and we give them drishti, because that drishti then enables them to receive that peace, which they really need at that moment. It's peace what they need at the moment. And when they receive that, and when they themselves start getting better in the sense, they're able to dissolve those storms of emotions which are going on within them, then they come into a state where they're able to absorb what they're listening to. So that's what even Baba said, just words. We keep sharing words, but we also have to check the pulse. That is that soul really having the ability at the moment to listen to those words. And if not, then definitely the vibrations will help. So give that, enable the soul to receive that by giving it. And then we see how that brings that shift. It makes them content with what they need at that moment and gives them the power to then take that step forward and listen to the sharings from our side. So having that judgment power, and also the controlling power, where Baba said you yourself have to be very stable no matter what's happening around you.
Yes, sister, I also agree with you. This judgment power, is very important. It's like reality testing with the litmus to see what is happening. And sometimes that's what Baba says. What are you doing? That child is hungry and that child is thirsty. This is not you must know what it needs first. Check the pulse. I remember a philosophy of Spinoza: to a man with empty stomach, food is God. So Baba, you should know what they need. And even a judge, when he says, a judge who's sitting on that chair and listening to both the conviction and acquisition, but then he has to really rest down and take a decision according to the laws, of course, and according to his inner tuition. That, I think, is really think what is needed in our Pandav government, especially when we go in contact to give with the knowledge and all. We should really know to touch the pulse. And we should not throw them off, oh, they are not a thing of Satyo, they are not a thing of this. At the end of the day, I should have this one thought in my mind: the 6 billion children in this globe all belong to the Lord. And if I have been selected by Him, they have not come forward for the interview, they will also. I think if I have that, my judging power will be, it'll be what to say, it'll be absolutely reality. I think I love the judging power very much as a ruler. Om Shanti.
Shanti, yes. Very true. Like you mentioned, not having any discouraging thoughts towards anyone. Because Dadi Janki once said that when we have thoughts like, oh, this soul is not going to change, nothing can happen, there's no hope with this soul. It's like giving a curse. Just like in the scriptures, they talk about receiving a curse. It's like you're giving a curse to somebody, having those thoughts of really rejecting somebody internally, that they will not be able to do this. What really, like you mentioned, is having pure positive thoughts for anyone, because anytime things can change, and that soul can really have some deep realization from within, which can really turn them in a way that they can make fast effort in the spiritual life. So we have to keep giving them pure wishes and seeing everyone as Baba's child, like you mentioned. Seeing everyone as a pure child of God, Baba. All right, anyone else? All right, if not, we can do a little bit of meditation. So, okay, there's something in the chat again. So stop controlling negativity and start and be positive. Yeah. All right, so sit back and relax. And take a deep breath in. Gently release your breath. And take a deep breath in. And gently release again. And come into the awareness of being this beautiful diamond, shining brightly in the center of the forehead. I, the soul, am a very precious and a valuable diamond. And this body is the box that holds it. The true value lies in what's within. And today, as I reflect on what Baba said, I see myself as this beautiful diamond, a soul with controlling and judgment power. As I connect with Baba, I become in charge and in control of my mind and intellect. I only create pure, elevated thoughts for the self and for others. I am in control of my mind, my sense organs, and this body. And as I connect with Baba, I go more and more into what is called subtle feelings. I am able to feel the needs of others. I am able to discern their needs and help them accordingly. As I become aware of my own subtle self, I also become aware of the subtle feelings of others. As I connect with Baba, the experience I get becomes the way of serving many. So with this powerful awareness of being the one with the controlling power, judgment power, and the one who has the power of experiences, Baba enables me to become a powerful, godly government officer and perform this task of world benefit with ease by being an easy, constant yogi. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Sneha Ben. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a beautiful day.